Your Honor, could I get Mr. Patrick Charles Epps? Your Honor, Mr. Epps is 286 on the docket. It's EPPS. He's before the court in 23 CF 1650.
Okay.
He informed me that the clerk had determined he was not eligible for the public defender. He also informed me that he had made an appointment with a private lawyer, but was concerned about whether he really was going to be able to afford a private lawyer. He represents to me that he's $28,000 total income, which is, I think, just below the 200% poverty rate threshold. But the court may wish to hear testimony from him and reconsider his eligibility. I was just going to seek a continuance. I think he didn't fill everything out, but
28,000 that I get from the tribe alone.
oh, okay. So it's 28,000 from the tribe plus disability. I think he is over. It's 28,000 from the tribe plus Social Security. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me look at this really quick. Thank you, Your Honor.
sir. So it looks like you're not going to qualify for the public defender. Do you need some additional time to hire a
Yes,
private
sir.
attorney?
Yes, sir, I tried. I'm suffering CPR effects right now. It makes it kind of hard to get out and talk to a lawyer. If I can just get a continuance on the case, if that pleases
All
state
right.
attorney's office.
I'll continue it till December 11th at 9 a.m. so that you can hire private counsel, okay?
Okay, thank you
All
very
right,
much.
thank you. Yes.
I would wait until you have an attorney, sir, and you hand that to them and they'll provide it to you.
Thanks.
I'd like to recall Terrence Calhoun, number 157 on the docket. Judge, I've called for him both this morning and now. My office has not had any contact with Mr. Calhoun.
All right, so on Mr. Calhoun, I'll issue a capias, hold for first appearance.
And the next one I have, Judges Trenton Tucker, number 188 on the docket. Same judge, I've called for him both this morning and this afternoon. I have not had any contact with him, but an attorney retained by his family has reached out to both myself and the state attorney's office about a proposed resolution that I don't think will be acceptable given his history, but as to him, no contact.
That's
All right.
correct, Judge, and I might file a motion to strike that pleading, because from my understanding, I don't think that attorney has any standing to file into our case, period.
Well, today I'm going to issue a capias and hold for first appearance, and if you file something, it'll be addressed by Judge Ketchum.
Thank you, Judge, that's all I have today.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Medina,
Your Honor, my others are mostly waivers, except for one or two that I'm working on, so I'm pretty much done for now, unless you want me to call waivers.
let me see if Mr. Gates has some that he's ready on.
I sure can try, Your Honor.
All right, let's take the ones that are present, and then we'll go through the ones that you have waivers on.
I'm gonna take my Hereford, they have three subjects.
She's standing at the podium in the back, in the entrance. Not the podium, but whatever we call that stand.
But I will pass those until she gets back in here, Your Honor. Your Honor, first I'll call Dean Pearson.
All right, Mr. Pearson, come on up.
After Mr. Pearson will be Ian Freeman.
Mr. Freeman, come on up as well. All right. Afternoon, Mr. Pearson.
How you doing, Drew?
Good. Mr. Gates.
Sure, if I can set this down to normal person height.
Whoa. Here.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Pearson before the court. At this time, I'm going to ask the court to continue the case. I emailed the state attorney about video surveillance from Walmart this morning. I don't have that, so I'd like
Okay.
to be able to review that with Mr. Pearson before we contemplate entering a plea.
Any objection?
No objection.
12:11 at 9 a.m., sir. Be sure you stay in touch with Mr. Gates, okay?
Okay.
Number 196.
Hold on. Yes, sir.
Here you go.
Yeah, this is Mr. Ian Freeman before the court. After Mr. Freeman will be Giovanni German.
Afternoon, sir.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Freeman's first one on the docket. I want to continue his case. He and I'd like to review discovery, the body cameras, and some other stuff, and then probably look at skeleton depositions.
All right, December 11th, sir, at 9 a.m. will be your next court date. Be sure you stay in touch with Mr. Gates so you can get that taken care of, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, sir.
Giovanni German. After Mr. German will be John Gesper.
Your Honor, this is Mr. German before the court. We need to continue his case to reschedule depositions.
All right, it looks like Judge Ketchell's already signed an order on that, so it'll be set on December 11th, sir, okay? Thank you. Be sure you stay in touch with Mr. Gates.
Now, next I've got is John Gesper. After Mr. Gesper will be David Golden.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Gesper before the court.
Okay?
We have a plea agreement to be filed. I may approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Mr. Gesford, if you could raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Tell me your full name and date of birth.
John Darwin Desford, February 4th, 1974.
All right, Mr. Gesford, your attorney's provided me with the plea and sentencing agreement. Have you reviewed and signed this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Has he answered all your questions?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe it's in your best interest to enter this plea?
Yes, sir.
You understand that in addition to giving up the rights that are specifically enumerated on this form, you'd also be giving up the right to a trial by jury at which the state must prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You'd give up the right to remain silent, the right to testify in your own defense, the right to call witnesses in your defense, and the right to present any defenses that you may have. You'd also be giving up the right to confront any witnesses against you and the right to appeal any actions taken by the court except for an illegal sentence. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
In addition, if you're not a U.S. citizen and you enter a plea of guilty or a plea of no contest to this charge today, it could affect your immigration status up to and including deportation. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, if I can, real quick.
I have a score sheet, Your Honor, if I
All
can
right.
approach. It's the one that we received and discovered from the state.
Okay.
No objection to that score.
And that was the score sheet?
Correct.
Thanks.
And has Mr. Gates answered all your questions?
Yes, sir.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication that affects your ability to understand what we're doing here today?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Gesford, I will accept the plea on the charges of possession of a controlled substance and possession of paraphernalia. You'll be adjudicated guilty on count 1. You'll be sentenced to 24 months of probation. It'll be concurrent with count 2, which will be 11 months and 29 days of probation. Probation. Hang on one second. Can the attorneys approach?
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
needs to talk with you about. So I won't be able to accept your plea today. I'm going to set your case on 10/16 at 9 a.m., okay? Be sure you stay in touch with Mr. Gates so that he can address that issue with you. And here's the score sheet for Mr. Gates as well.
Can I approach and look at it?
Yep.
Your Honor, Mr. Gesper is going to be David Golden.
There's Mr. Golden before the court and a plea agreement. If we can approach, Your Honor.
Yes. All right, Mr. Golden, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Your attorney's provided me with the plea and sentencing agreement. Have you reviewed and signed this with your attorney?
Yes.
And has Mr. Gates answered all your questions?
Yes, sir.
And please tell me your full name and date of birth.
David Edward Golden, November 18, 1980.
All right, sir, you understand that by entering this plea, you'll be giving up the rights that are enumerated on this plea agreement. In addition, you'll be giving up the right to a trial by jury at which the state must prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You'll also be giving up the right to testify in your defense. You'd be giving up the right to remain silent and the right to present any defenses that you may have. You'd also be giving up the right to confront any witnesses against you and the right to appeal any actions taken by the court except for an illegal sentence. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
In addition, if you're not a U.S. citizen and you enter a plea of guilty or a plea of no contest today, it could affect your immigration status up to and including deportation. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And I believe you said Mr. Gates has answered all your questions about the plea agreement?
Yes, sir, correct.
All right. Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication that affects your ability to understand what we're doing here today?
No, sir.
All right, sir. Is there any restitution that's owed in this case?
No, Judge.
All right, sir. So I will accept the plea. I'll find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. I will withhold adjudication. I'll sentence you to 24 months of probation, during which the cost of supervision will be waived. You'll have to pay $515 in court costs. You'll have to pay the $150 public defender fee. You'll have to complete the anti-theft course. You're going to have absolutely no contact whatsoever with Amanda Balkunas. You need to check in with probation, sir, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
And this is probation.
Your Honor, next I've got is Raymond Gomez, we followed by
Michael Gonzalez. Your Honor, this is Mr. Gomez before the court. We have a tentative plea reached. The agreement is Mr. Gomez will be assessed court costs consecutive in each count for a total of $540 in court costs, assess $150 public defender fee, and $100 cost of prosecution. And upon payment of that, the charges will be dismissed. So I explained to Mr. Gomez that we'll get something showing that, and then normally we get the little receipts.
We do pay slips in county court, but usually we defer to the state for any type of agreement like that. But it's usually a PTI or a DPA.
Which Mr. Gomez is this?
Raymond Gomez.
And I'm sorry, what's the issue?
We're trying to figure out how we want to do it. The agreement is basically court costs, cost of defense, cost of prosecution, dismissed upon payment.
Clerk says they can't do a pay slip for it since it's not a sentence.
Here's what I would propose. How about we just set it for Monday? He can go pay, bring the receipt
That's the issue.
to the person who's doing it, who's covering for me on
I think we
Monday.
need something from the states.
That's the issue. The clerk can't do a pay slip, so the clerk can collect the costs.
So do I need to file in the case saying how much he owes? Is that, okay, I'll do that.
Is it going to be like a DPA?
It's going to be like a pay and dismiss is what it's like.
Pay and dismiss.
Okay,
Can you put that on the minute sheet?
sure.
All right, pay The agreement, let me make sure I've got this right. Pay $540 in court costs and $150 PD fee.
$270 for
$270 on each.
the misdemeanors.
Ah, yes, you have to be about this one. Yes, sir.
All right, and it'll be paid by 10/16,
What's the total number?
What do you pay?
$690.
690?
Yeah, if we
Do I
can,
need to-
Mr. Gomez and I talked, if we can set him for December, the patrol, or control date, and then if it gets paid before then, he'll come off the docket.
To pay before, well, it's not going to come off just because he's paid it. The state's got to dismiss it. So to pay before December 11th,
Yes, Your Honor.
and that's the state's agreement to do this, not the court, but that's the state's agreement, correct?
That's correct. And do I need to, so I'll file into the case saying that he owes that amount? Is that the best way of handling it?
I think the clerk is putting it on the minute sheet if he's not going to pay it today, so I think that'll take care of it.
Perfect.
Is there an adjudication?
Nope, nope. It's going to be there's the agreement between the state and the defense. He's going to pay those costs to the clerk.
And PD fees?
They're going to, all those costs, the 150 PD fee and the 540 in costs. And then upon payment of that, the state's going to dismiss the case, correct?
That's
John,
correct.
let me ask this way, because I'm curious, was there a cash bond posted?
No.
I was making sure, just pay for that. And let the state know when to come back.
So December 11th, sir, is your next court date, okay? Thank you.
Our next I've got is Michael Gonzalez, that'll be followed by Diamond Henderson.
All right, this is Mr. Gonzalez before the court. If I can continue his case, Mr. Gonzalez and I have gone over the plea agreement. He's going to be providing me some proof to see if maybe we can't get something else worked out with the state. In the meantime, I'll look to schedule depositions and work the case through discovery as well.
You're asking for the December 11th date?
Yes, Your Honor.
State's agreement?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, December 11th at 9 a.m., sir. Be sure you stay in touch with Mr. Gates.
And next I've got is going to be Diamond Henderson. After Mr. Henderson would be Jennifer Hennessy Alger.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Henderson before the court. If I can approach for the plea agreement, this time I'm hoping the court will
Take the plea because it is misdemeanor and JCS.
That I'll take. All right, you're Diamond Henderson, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, tell me your full name and date of birth.
Diamond Dante Benford Henderson, 11/7/96.
All right, thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Have you reviewed and signed this plea and sentencing agreement?
Yes, sir.
Has Mr. Gates answered all your questions about it?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe it's in your best interest to enter this plea?
Yes, sir.
In addition to the rights that are enumerated on this form, you understand that you'll be giving up the following rights. You'll give up the right to a trial by jury, at which the state must prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to remain silent, the right to testify in your defense, the right to call witnesses in your defense, and the right to present any defenses that you may have.
Yes, sir.
You'd also be giving up the right to confront any witnesses against you and the right to appeal any actions taken by this court. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
In addition, if you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering a plea of guilty or a plea of no contest today, it could affect your immigration status up to and including deportation. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication that affects your ability to understand what we're doing here today?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Henderson, I will accept the plea. I'll find that it's freely and voluntarily entered.
Thank you.
And this is only to the misdemeanor criminal mischief charge, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the state's going to dismiss the other felony in exchange for this plea? I will withhold adjudication. You'll be sentenced to 11 months and 29 days of probation. Your probation will be supervised by JCS probation. You'll have to pay the $50 per month cost of supervision. You'll have to pay $270 in court costs, $150 public defender fee. You'll have to pay restitution to Oak Ridge Storage, whose address is on the form, at $2,113.25. You can't return to that Oak Ridge Storage location in Fort Walton. You can have no contact with Katie Grimble. Where do you live, sir?
I live in Fort Walton Beach, sir.
Why is the reporting going to be online or phone-in reporting?
Because I'm planning on moving to Louisiana soon.
So once you move to Louisiana, you can do the online, but
Yes,
when
sir.
you're in Fort Walton, you'll have to report in person, okay?
That's fine. Yes, sir.
All right, sir. So that'll be the order of the court. Deputy Stallings is going to give you a QR code on that form.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what you need to do you have a smartphone?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. As soon as you walk out of the courtroom, take that QR code, scan it with your phone, and then complete the information on that form
Yes, sir.
that it's going to give you. You'll receive your reporting instructions through the phone after you
Yes, sir.
scan that app, okay?
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Sir, sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm sorry for the delay.
No, you're fine.
The first case is State of Florida versus Danielle Goodson in case 23 CF 1363. It's a referral to the pretrial intervention program. So I've got I'm not sure who gets what. This is the referral and this is the plea agreement.
I get the plea agreement.
Okay.
Has your client signed the...
Yes, both.
All right. Let's see. Thank you, ma'am. All right, so I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
Is this a straight-up plea with deferred sentencing? Or
My understanding would be straight up deferred sentencing
to complete the
contingent on
PTI?
that.
Okay. And then I don't know who gets the PTI agreement. Who gets the PTI?
I've got, it's got a signature, okay, I thought so, because it's got a little blank for the probation
Okay.
officer, so I'll go ahead and give that to him.
Perfect.
Okay. For her.
All right, Ms. Goodson, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Tell me your full name and date of birth.
Danielle Marie Goodson, February 13th, 1987.
All right, Ms. Goodson, I've been provided a plea and sentencing agreement. Have you reviewed and signed this?
Yes, sir.
All right, and has Ms. Cashwell answered all your questions about this?
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering a plea of no contest in this case, you'd be giving up the following rights. You'd give up the right to a trial by jury, at which the state would have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You'd give up the right to remain silent, the right to testify in your defense, the right to call witnesses in your defense, and the right to present any defenses that you may have. You'd also be giving up the right to confront any witnesses against you and the right to appeal any actions taken by the court except for an illegal sentence. You understand that?
Yes.
In addition, if you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering a plea of guilty or plea of no contest in this case, it could affect your immigration status up to and include deportation. You understand that?
Yes.
And has Ms. Cashwell answered all your questions about the case or this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe it's in your best interest to enter this plea?
Yes.
You understand that the plea that you're entering in this case, it's actually a plea to the charge of child abuse, and there's no agreement as to what the sentence will be?
Correct.
Now, the agreement also is that you'll have the opportunity to complete the pretrial intervention program, and if you successfully complete that program, the charges against you will be dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that if you don't successfully complete that pretrial intervention program, you'll proceed immediately to sentencing,
Yes.
and the court could sentence you up to the statutory maximum on this case?
I understand.
All right. Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication that affects your ability to understand what we're doing here today?
No, sir.
All right. So I will accept the plea. I'll find that it's freely and voluntarily entered, and I'll defer sentencing until the pretrial intervention program is over. So you will need to check in with the pretrial intervention program today, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
And the pretrial intervention program is with?
Probation, right there on the
with
first
you.
row.
Okay, great.
All right, so
thank
go
you.
check in with them. Thank you, ma'am.
Good. Take care. State of Florida versus Benny Richardson, case 21 CF 2254. And there's co-defendants Adrian Watson, Victor Stanton, and Marcus Snowden. It's a homicide case.
Judge, at this point, we're looking forward with going with one of the co-defendants for trial before Mr. Richardson's trial.
Okay.
So at this point, I think the expectation is we're going to continue this case pending the outcome of the other trials.
Okay. And is that the defendant's agreement, Ms. Cashwell?
Yes, Your Honor, we spoke.
Okay. Then, based on that agreement, I'll continue this case till December 11th, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, next I'm going to call Gerardo Hernandez Soto, Your Honor. That'll be followed by Antoine Hill.
And this is Mr. Hernandez Soto on the docket. The state and I have talked about some options with his case. At this time, I'm going to continue the case. We're going to look at some potential inpatient treatment options for him as part of a plea agreement.
All right, so this case will be continued until December 11th at 9 a.m., sir. Be sure you stay in touch with Mr. Gates.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Our next up that is going to be Antoine Hill. After Mr. Hill will be Alonzo Henson.
All right, Mr. Hill.
Yes, Your Honor. The state and I have talked about Mr. Hill's case. At this time, if I can continue his case to schedule depositions, I did send the state a potential counteroffer, but need time to work through all that.
State's agreement?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, sir. December 11th will be your next court date. Stay in touch with Mr. Gates.
Next is going to be Alonzo Henson. After that will be Jordan Kimmel.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Alonzo Henson before the court. After speaking with him, we're going to go ahead and schedule depositions and work his case through discovery.
All right, sir. So your next court date will be December 11th. Be sure you stay in touch with Mr. Gates.
Jordan Kimmel. I can pass that down for a second. Luke Kimsey. Luke Kimsey. After Mr. Kimsey will be Christopher Kistner.
Yeah, this is Luke Kinsey before the court. After speaking with him, we're asked the court to continue his case. I actually don't have discovery as of right now, so I'd like to sit down and go over that with him once I receive it.
All right, Mr. Kimsey, I'll continue your case until December 11th at 9 a.m. so that you can talk with Mr. Gates, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Your Honor, next is going to be Christopher Kistner. At this time, we're going to ask the court to continue Mr. Kistner's case, Your Honor. We're going to look to schedule depositions in preparation for a potential motion to suppress.
All right, sir. December 11th will be your next court date. Stay in touch with Mr. Gates.
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
Next runner up that is going to be Jerry Sorrells. Jerry Sorrells.
Yeah, this is Ms. Sorrells before the court. I'm anticipating the court's reviewing what Ms. Sorrells has already told me about this morning. There should be a warrant for her arrest on violation of probation. She did ask me what her best option would be, and I said, stay here. Let's go ahead and get this resolved. I did tell her I think there is a cash or professional bond amount on there.
I'm not sure. Yes, it looks like a $2,000 cash or professional bond.
And I explained to her that she could post that and then get out, but the goal was to get that process started. So at this point, we're going to enter a not guilty, or ask the court to continue her case, considering the warrant that needs to be served, get that set on the VOP date, and then hopefully get everything resolved at that point.
All right, ma'am. So I'll continue the case until December 11th. They'll serve the warrant on you downstairs. If you're unable to post your bond, then I'll see you at first appearance tomorrow.
Judge, that's all I have before the court.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And this is just, I guess you can go disclosure. You got one.
Anyone else, Mr. Gates?
I'm looking, Your Honor, I've got the interpreter with a couple, and then I've got one that showed up later that we could talk with, so I can take the interpreter real quick, Your Honor.
Let's do that.
And Ms. Teresa can get out of here. I've got Julian Garcia first.
Your Honor, this is Julian Garcia before the court. At this time, we're going to ask the court to continue this case to December the 11th.
Any objection?
No objection.
Mr. Garcia, I'm going to grant the motion to continue. Your next court date will be December 11th at 9 a.m., sir, okay? Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, next is going to be Joseph Gomez.
Mr. Gomez?
Mr. Gomez before the court in a situation in which we have a pretrial intervention contract that's been signed, coupled with a plea agreement for the court as well.
Okay.
Trying to get all that kind of briefly organized. Your Honor, try to make plenty of copies for everybody. Probation, I gave you a copy of that, right? I gave probation the original copy, Your Honor.
Okay.
Present the court with the original copy of the plea agreement and a copy of the PTI.
Judge, can I get clarification on PCIs? Do we need to provide a score sheet?
No, you need to provide a score sheet at the time of sentencing. Sir, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Tell me your full name and date of birth.
Joseph Naftali Gomez Lori.
Sir, I've been provided a plea and sentencing agreement. Have you gone over this with Mr. Gates and the interpreter?
Yes, sir.
And has Mr. Gates answered all your questions?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe it's in your best interest to enter this plea?
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering this plea, you'll be giving up all the rights that are enumerated on this form. In addition, you'll be giving up the right to a trial by jury at which the state must prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to remain silent, the right to testify in your own defense, the right to call witnesses in your defense, and the right to present any defenses that you may have. You'd also be giving up the right to confront any witnesses against you and the right to appeal any actions taken by the court, except for an illegal sentence. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
In addition, if you're not a U.S. citizen and you enter a plea of guilty or a plea of no contest today, it could affect your immigration status up to and including deportation.
Yes, sir.
You understand that the terms of this agreement are that sentencing will be deferred until after you've had a chance to complete the pretrial intervention agreement?
Yes, sir.
You also understand that if you do not successfully complete the pretrial intervention agreement, that you'll proceed immediately to sentencing?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you can be sentenced up to the statutory maximum in this case?
Yes, sir.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication that affects your ability to understand what we're doing here today?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Gomez, I'll accept the plea. I'll find that it's freely and voluntarily entered, and I will defer sentencing until after you've had an opportunity to complete the pretrial intervention program. You need to check in with probation on the first row on this side of the courtroom as soon as we're done.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor.
Mr. Lasco, anything?
Yes, Judge. We do have a private attorney here for a client.
Okay. Come on up.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Clinton Couch for Ayatrice Guerrera. Your Honor, I'm asking for a continuance to complete depositions in this case. I was retained by a law firm in California, and they want a statement of cost before they'll cut me a check to take the depositions. So we've got that worked out, and I'd like to continue this case one last time to finish up the depositions.
All right. I'll continue Ms. Guerrero's case until December 11th, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
That's all I
Thank you,
have
sir.
before the court. Good to see you, sir.
Good seeing you.
Your Honor, I have an unrepresented defendant in the audience.
Okay, let's call that case.
His name is Del Rosario Hermosen Israelin. Your Honor, Mr. Del Rosario is unrepresented. However, he just filled out the application for indigency.
All right, sir. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. One of the public defenders will be giving you a business card here in just a moment.
What's the last name, Your Honor?
Del Rosario.
I think it's going to be Steve.
It'll be Mr. Medina, Your Honor.
So Mr. Medina is going to be your attorney in this case. You need to take that card, call his office, and make an appointment to see him, okay, sir? And Mr. Gates, are you asking for a continuance so you can...
This time, we'll ask for continuance, Your Honor.
Your Honor, should we put the case number on record?
I will in a second. So, sir, I'll continue your case until December 11th at 9 a.m. I'll continue your case until December 11th at 9 a.m. And then make an appointment with Mr. Medina before your next court date, okay, sir? And this is in 23 CF 1809. Thank you, sir.
That's what I have, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Sir.
Most of mine are either I do talk to it or follow up on or waivers, Your Honor.
Okay.
I will fall on the sword. I did check, and the court was correct on JCS. I apologize for that. However, we were able to kind of renegotiate that and get that done, so we'll bring Mr. Guestford back.
Okay.
I think if we could take about a 15-minute break.
You want to take about a 15-minute break, and then we'll continue in about 15 minutes, so we'll be in recess.
All rise, please. Court is in recess.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top 100 civil trial lawyers in the state of Florida, and Dixie is AV Preeminent rated. Dixie Dan Powell works tirelessly for his clients, as is evident by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. Contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Dave's Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at Dave'sTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Bad Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again.
And I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
What can I help you with?
I think I was bit by a vampire.
This is definitely concerning, but I don't have any experience with vampire bites. I do, however, have training in accident investigation from the Florida Highway Patrol, and I'm proud to say that I've received many awards that... Hey, you feeling okay, buddy?
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
The Cottage Formalware, located at 648 North Wilson Street, has all your needs for looking your best. We have homecoming, prom, and pageant dresses. We have tux rental suits, vests, ties. Need something casual? We have that too. Shop Hometown First and visit us on Facebook at the Cottage Boutique and Formalware. We're located at 648 North Wilson Street. Call 850-682-2446.
please. Order back in session. Thank you. Be seated. All right, Mr. Medina.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have 4 ready to call. Gerardo Cano. Mr. Cano is approaching in 23 CF 1190. On the docket, Mr. Cano is 258. I hope. C-A-N-O. Gerardo is with a G, the first name.
All right.
May I approach, Judge? We've got a PTI related plea and sentence agreement signed by all parties.
All right, Mr. Cano, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, sir.
Your Honor, under the agreement, it references the fact that Mr. Cano is going to be required to enter and successfully complete the pretrial intervention program. He has worked out his agreement with the state. There were a couple of modifications. I'm just going to state on the record that the state has agreed that because of his VA and SSI disability, that the work requirement will be not covered, not required under the PTI, and also state probation has agreed to waive the cost of supervision. And he is going to be meeting with probation this afternoon, and as the court has the agreement for the plea and sentence agreement, if he successfully completes the PTI program, then the case will be dismissed. If he fails to successfully complete it, will go directly to sentencing, Your Honor.
All right, sir, tell me your full name and date of birth.
Gerardo Cano, September 29, 1985.
All right, Mr. Cano, your attorney has provided me a plea and sentencing agreement. Did you review and sign this agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has Mr. Medina answered all your questions about this agreement?
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
In addition to any of the rights that are enumerated on this form, you understand that by entering a no contest plea in this case, you'd be giving up the following rights. You'd give up the right to a trial by jury, at which the state would have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You'd give up the right to remain silent, the right to testify in your defense, the right to call witnesses in your defense, and the right to present any defenses that you may have. You'd also be giving up the right to confront any witnesses against you, as well as the right to appeal any actions taken by the court except for an illegal sentence. You understand that?
Understood, sir.
Furthermore, if you're not a U.S. citizen and you enter a plea of guilty or a plea of no contest to these charges, it could affect your immigration status up to and including deportation. Do you understand that?
Understood.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication that affects your ability to understand what we're doing here today?
No, Your Honor.
And do you believe it's in your best interest to enter into this open plea?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, sir. So I will accept the plea. I'll find that it's freely and voluntarily entered, and then I'll defer sentencing until you've had an opportunity to complete the pretrial intervention program. So you need to check in with probation there on the first row. Okay, sir?
Okay.
And the piece that he added, that's on here too, right?
Those are the terms of the...
No, I was just reflecting that on the record. It's the two things I said are part of the PTI agreement. They're not part of the plea and sentence agreement.
Okay.
I was just putting them on the record because I had discussed them with probation. I wanted to just say it on the record so probation would hear it.
All right, thank you, sir.
And say if they had any problem.
All right, check in with probation, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Your Honor, next is Scott F. McGilvery. Mr. McGilvery is number 289 on the docket, and he's asked, he didn't realize he had court. He's asking the court to excuse his wearing shorts. He just simply rushed over here when we gave him a call, and hopefully he'll meet with us and know the court date next time. So Mr. Scott Francis McGilvery is 289 on the docket, 23 CF 1350 and 23 CF 1663. In the case that's the 23 CF 1663, the state's working on discovery. We have a global offer that he's not wanting to take at this time, so he will ask to do a full cycle continuance of both cases, Your Honor.
All right, the cases are new, so I'll continue it till December 11th at 9 a.m., sir. Be sure you meet with Mr. Medina before your next court date. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Next is Mr. Michael T. Coward. Mr. Coward is approaching, Your Honor, and his case is docket 268, 23 CF 1444. I've had some communication with Mr. Coward and with the state on his case, but we don't have his case worked out. We're going to be working with him to get an evaluation. If we could continue this case until the next cycle, hopefully we can make some significant progress, Judge.
All right, sir. I'll continue the case until December 11th.
Okay. Thank you. Next and last about in custody, Your Honor, is Mr. John Chapman. Mr. Chapman? He's all right. Come on, John.
Mr. Chapman?
He's just a little sleepy, Your Honor. Mr. Chapman asked to excuse the wearing the short pants. He was wearing long pants early today, and then he came back this afternoon and has short pants on now. Your Honor, John Leslie Chapman is before the court, docket 261, 23 CF 917. He met with a mental health court person after lunch, the new mental health court representative. It's probably not going to be a good fit for him in talking with the prosecutor and him. So at this time, I'm asking to continue Mr. Chapman's case with the idea that we'll do any depositions that are necessary this cycle and be ready for trial next cycle, Your Honor.
All right, sir. So I'll continue the case until December 11th, and this will be the last continuance, okay? Be sure you stay in touch with Mr. Medina. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Wear shorts. Wear long pants next time.
I will.
Wear shorts. All right, thank you.
I'll wear bulletproof.
It'll be cold anyway.
No.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, very good. Your Honor, the others I have are housekeeping out of custody.
Okay. Mr. Gates. Anyone else?
Yes, Your Honor. Give me a second. I'm just catching up on something real quick.
Okay.
The person on the call is Jillian Flores. This is Ms. Flores approaching before the court. At this time, we'll ask the court to continue Ms. Flores' case. This is her first on the docket, and we need to have a meeting with her and discuss the discoveries with her.
All right, ma'am. I'll continue the case until December 11th.
Okay.
Stay in touch with Mr. Gates.
Thank you.
The next I've got is going to be there's a Francisco Hernandez, Your Honor. Should be Francisco Hernandez Vargas.
Okay.
And we have a plea agreement to be filed in Mr. Hernandez's case. I will tell the court he and I talked. He did come over at the age of 13. He's gone through high school and everything else, but I explained to him that this plea will subject him to deportation. I honestly wanted him to kind of think about it, but he's intending to enter a plea and move on today.
Okay.
I may approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Court's rating. Essentially, it is a jail condition as a condition of probation in order to maintain the withhold, and then 24 months to pay those outstanding fees.
Can you approach?
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top 100 civil trial lawyers in the state of Florida, and Dixie is AV Preeminent rated. Dixie Dan Powell works tirelessly for his clients, as is evident by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. Contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briar Patch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at daystirepros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Bad Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving
Truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, sir, tell me your full name and date of birth.
Francisco Josue Hernandez Vargas, November 9, 1996.
Okay, sir. I've been provided a plea and sentencing agreement. Did you review and go over this? Put your hand down. Did you review and go over this with Mr. Gates?
I did.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Did Mr. Gates answer all your questions about the plea and sentencing agreement?
Yes, he clarified everything to me.
Okay. You understand that in addition to the rights that are written on this form that you give up by entering this plea, you'd also give up the right to a trial by jury at which the state must prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to remain silent, the right to testify in your defense, the right to call witnesses in your defense, and the right to present any defenses that you may have. You'd also be giving up the right to confront any witnesses against you, as well as the right to appeal any actions taken by the court, except for an illegal sentence. You understand that? In addition, if you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering a plea of guilty or a plea of no contest in this case, this plea could affect your immigration status up to and including deportation. You understand that?
I do.
Do you believe that it's in your best interest to enter this plea?
Is it in your best interest?
Do you think this is the best way to resolve this case?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
Okay. Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication that affects your ability to understand what we're doing here today?
No.
All right. And it's the state's agreement?
That's correct.
All right. Mr. Hernandez, I will accept the plea. I'll find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. I will withhold adjudication. You'll be sentenced to 6 months of probation. A condition of that will be 10 days in the county jail. The state has stipulated that you do, in fact, have that credit. Your probation will terminate upon the completion of the jail sentence. You'll have to pay $615 in court costs. You'll have to pay a $150 public defender fee. You'll have 24 months to pay those fees and costs. And I will withhold adjudication.
Next I've got is going to be Jennifer Hennessy. After Miss Hennessy will be John Vesper. This is Miss Hennessy before the court. If I can continue her case, Your Honor, we're going to be scheduling depositions.
Yeah, that's the description. All right. Any objection?
No objection.
All right. December 11th. Make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Gates, okay?
Yes, sir.
Next I've got is John Vesper. After that will be whoever's here after that, Your Honor.
Yes.
G. We handled him earlier, and then we were going to bring him back Wednesday, but we were able to quickly renegotiate this.
This morning, it was handled?
Or, no, it might have been this afternoon. It was just a few minutes ago. It was before the last recess. All right.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
And we have no objection to that score sheet, Your Honor.
Okay.
After speaking with probation, we were able to work out an agreement to satisfy all parties.
Okay. All right, Mr. Gesford, I've previously placed you under oath, and I've previously gone over the rights that you'll give up by entering this plea, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is an amended plea agreement. And have you reviewed this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
And has he answered all your questions?
Yes, sir.
So you understand that you'll be supervised by Department of Corrections in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it looks like it'll be 24 months of probation. Will all the reporting be mail-in?
Yes, sir. And I checked in with probation before we even began that, and they said that this was something we can do through mail-in.
Okay. And this is the state's agreement?
It is.
All right. And you believe this is in your best interest, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, sir, I will accept the plea. I'll find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. You'll be adjudicated guilty on both counts. Count 1, you'll be sentenced to 24 months of probation. The probation will be confirmed with Count 2. Count 2 will be 11 months and 29 days of probation. The cost of supervision will be waived. Your probation will be mail-in reporting. You'll have to pay court costs in the amount of $615. You have to pay the $150 public defender fee. You'll have to have a substance abuse evaluation within 120 days and any recommended treatment within 150 days. You're not to consume any drugs or alcohol. You're subject to random UAs. You do need to be fingerprinted, sir. After you're fingerprinted, you'll have to check in with probation, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I think at this point, Mr. Neal, you got anything?
I'm expecting a couple of late arrivals. don't seem to be here yet, and I think...
Let's take whoever is here,
Yes,
let's
sir.
get them lined up, and we'll take them because they've all been waiting here all morning. All right. I'm going to start on this side, so if you're on this side of the courtroom, come get in line. All right. And the yellow shirt, what's your name?
Cameron Eddy.
Eddie?
Yes, sir. E-D-D-Y.
Who are you represented by, sir?
I don't have representation at the time.
Are you going to represent yourself in this case?
No, sir. I'm going to get representation.
Okay, so you're going to hire an attorney?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me find your case.
What was the last name?
Eddie.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right, sir. Have you begun the process of talking to attorneys?
Yes, sir. I just had a mix-up with the mail, so it took... Airbnb is the next door to me, so they had my mail. It took a month for me to get my mail from them.
Okay. So I'll continue the case until December 11th so that you can hire an attorney. Make sure that you give your attorney that court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
Judge, is this Cameron Eddy?
Yes.
Sir, I didn't hear your answer when he said, are you thinking about hiring an attorney?
He is.
Okay, where are you at in the process of that?
He said he's talked to them.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. So December 11th, okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Come on up. What's your name?
Xavier Kane Fuller.
Is your last name Fuller?
It's Kane Fuller. It's both of them.
Okay. And are you represented by an attorney?
No, sir.
All right, sir. Are you going to be represented by an attorney?
I was supposed to get one, but it ain't been a good situation for me right now. This has been hard. So.
Okay. Are you going to continue to represent yourself in this case?
I really don't want to. I mean, could I get a public defender, or is it too late?
Have you completed the application for the public defender?
I don't think I have.
Okay. Take a seat on the first row, complete the application, and I'll call you back up.
Okay.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Dawson Shawkat.
All right, sir. Are you represented by an attorney?
I was, but I was denied.
You were represented by the PD, but it
Yes.
was denied?
Mr. Kane Fuller, his was denied as well, at the same time exceeds.
All right. So, Mr. Kane Fuller, you don't need to complete that application. I'll call you back up here in just a second. How do you pronounce your last name?
Shawkat, C-H-O-Q-U-E-T-T-E.
All right. So you had the public defender,
Yes.
but then the clerk denied it based on, was it income or
Yes.
possessions?
Income.
C-H-O-Q?
Yes.
Are you going to hire an attorney?
I was going to look into calling some other ones.
Okay. All right, sir. So what I'll do, sir, is I'll continue your case until December 11th so that you can hire private counsel.
Okay.
And then when you get back in court on December 11th, make sure you let your attorney know about that court date, okay?
All right. Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you. Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Brooke Etier.
I couldn't hear you.
Brooke Etier.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Are you going to be represented by an attorney?
That's my plan, yes, sir.
Okay.
And I was here before and told the judge that, and then I had a job loss, and so it's been a little bit delayed that I've been able to retain the attorney, but I had a consult Thursday, and it was like that it's going to work out.
Okay, so you're going to hire private counsel?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'll continue your case until December 11th, ma'am. Make sure you tell your attorney that court date.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mr. Kane Fuller. All right, sir. So it looks like you have previously completed the application for the public defender and it was denied based on your income level?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what steps have you taken to hire an attorney?
Well, I got one. His name is Thomas Lupo. I had one, but I need one more payment to make to him, and he said he'll be able to cover for me and take care of me. But I'm really just working on getting the payment right now.
But so he doesn't represent you?
No, sir, not at all.
You're just trying to hire him?
Yes, sir.
All right. How long is it going to take you to get that taken care of so that you have an attorney?
Well, this is like my second time being up here, so.
The note on here says last continuance.
Honestly, I get paid every 2 weeks, and our next week I should be getting paid. So honestly, I could say next week, but if not, whenever, like, hopefully, like, no later than this month. Honestly, if I could.
State thoughts?
Your Honor, and I think that is accurate, that Judge Ketchel told him that this was the last time that he would accept him coming and saying he hadn't hired an attorney. We can leave him set on docket day for him to try to get the money by docket day, just so that he's aware. The state's offer was a withhold and 24 months of probation and some other conditions. If we go to trial, the state will be revoking that offer before the trial. So I want to make sure that if he comes back at docket day, he's able to have an attorney.
Okay. So do you want to leave it set for trial then, at this point? Or do you want to leave it set plea or continue?
I would prefer if it's set plea or continue, because I don't know if he is going to be able to represent himself.
Right.
We'd have to do the Ferretta hearing for that.
All right, so I'll leave it on 10/16, so next Monday for plea or continuance. Do what you can to get an attorney hired, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Jeremy Cox.
Your Honor, this is a PTI recall. If the court looks at the docket, I think the docket said that Mr. Stevens represents him, that Mr. Stevens represented him during the PTI. So he will, for many reasons, need to be appointed someone other than Mr. Stevens.
Correct. Mr. Stevens can't represent you now. All right, so I will appoint, who's the next on the list? Do you know?
Your Honor, is it possible to hire a private?
It is.
I have one actually lined up.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning, actually, I have a conference with him.
Okay.
I just went in and did it to reach me.
Your Honor, just so he's aware, I believe this was a PTI with a plea. So I'm inquiring whether he's going to hire someone to assist him with the sentencing?
If I'm aware. I agreed to some. I signed a paper, so whatever.
Let me hang on a second, sir.
This isn't my laptop, so I'm loading the shared folder.
So what I'll do is I will appoint you a new attorney, and then if you hire private counsel, that's fine as well, okay?
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Nopes will be appointed to represent you in this case. So you can contact Mr. Nopes.
Okay.
And then what I'll do, just for status, I'll set your case on 10/16 for status.
Okay.
Which is Monday.
Okay.
So contact Mr. Knopes' office. It's Knopes, okay? His
Okay.
office is up in Crestview. Contact his office, and then we'll see you in court on 10/16.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else whose name hasn't been called?
Did you call John Wesley Chapman?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Chapman did make an appearance. I had to wake him up, but he did make an appearance.
Yes. It's because the TR case is not represented by counsel, so it puts 2 minutes.
Okay. Is Elizabeth Dameron still on the docket with Mr. Skavaski?
Yes, sir.
I thought Mr. Skavaski tried to submit a motion to continue. I doubt the order got signed. I just don't know if that made it to Your Honor or
Definitely
not.
wasn't signed electronically.
I knew it wasn't signed electronically. I just didn't know if the communication had gotten to the court or not. I wasn't sure.
And what was the last name, Your Honor?
Damron. Is the state in agreement with the continuance?
Yes, sir.
No, sir, we haven't gotten a signed copy yet.
This is a competency issue, Judge, and she's still on, doing training.
So an order finding her incompetent has already been entered?
It should be Miss Basso and I both have her, so need to check that.
There's the last minute sheet. I do not see an order. I'm going to go over and bring in the competency and see if it's done passport. And then she appeared with counsel on August 14th.
I'm going to put her on 10/16 for plea or continue. All right, Mr. Gates, ready to run through the rest of yours?
Yes, Your Honor.
Come use this microphone for me because those are muted and we're using the handheld, so there is no backup.
Normally, we let Madam Clerk call the balance of the docket and we respond when she lets us know we were looking for.
How about Christopher Fleming?
Your Honor, I haven't seen Mr. Fleming this morning. My intent was to continue that case and get discovery and finish out the depositions.
And no waiver's been filed?
I previously filed a waiver in Mr. Fleming's case.
But for this case? Or
Yes,
for the
sir.
state?